Thank you for that very nice introduction. Perhaps I don't need to stand here anymore because I think you did it all for me. But I'm going to take a very quick canter through the magic of Mandarin Oriental. I've got the best job in the world, by the way. No one need apply. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. I don't want anybody better than me out there doing what I'm doing up here. Thank you very much. A little bit about Mandarin Oriental then. We use the word delight in our company because we think that it's one thing to satisfy a customer, it's another thing to truly delight them. When we started on this journey of taking Mandarin Oriental global, which was really about the mid-90s, we looked at what is really the DNA behind some of the best luxury brands in the world. And we always wanted to compare ourselves with true luxury lifestyle brands as opposed to simply just other hotel companies. And when we looked behind that, we really saw three themes that are very prevalent in all of the success behind other luxury brands. That is quality, tradition, and of course, innovation. And at Mandarin Oriental, we try to bring that through in everything that we do and everywhere that we open on a global basis. Mark talked about the DNA behind the brand and the things that we really focus on, and these are those things. And it starts, of course, with our Oriental heritage. This is really the history, or if you will, the tradition behind our brand. Mandarin Oriental started in 1963. That was the Mandarin in Hong Kong. It wasn't until the 70s that the Oriental Bangkok, subsequently rebranded to Mandarin Oriental Bangkok, joined the fray. But it really wasn't until the mid-80s that there was any idea to start a global hotel management company. We're a publicly listed company. 75% of our shares are owned by the Jardine Matheson Group, and this has allowed us really to get our global expansion underway. We were very fortunate in going into places like London, New York, Paris, Tokyo, and actually investing behind those places, and, if you like, controlling the brand and the brand awareness and the brand image in those markets, both physically and also from the marketing aspects that we do. But we're very fortunate that we have shareholders that are willing to invest behind the long-term future of Mandarin Oriental, and I think that's made a very big difference to us. Our portfolio today, we're 10,000 rooms under management, and we're growing in most of the major markets around the world. We've recently opened in Paris. And many of these markets are markets where we absolutely have to be successful. A place like New York, for example, doesn't give you a second chance to make a good first impression. And I think when we opened in New York in 2003, that was really a game changer for us. Our vision, we've never tried to be the biggest. We're always just wanting to be the best. We have a well-established mission statement, which is really very simply to continually delight and satisfy our guests each and every day, continually getting better to keep us the best. Service, of course, I think at the luxury level is really an entry ticket to the game, obviously in the luxury hotel world, but I think we're also blessed with our heritage being in Asia. Arguably, I think our brand is very credible as a result of this because the best service in the world comes from Asia, and we've been able to take that credibility, if you will, when we open in New York and when we open in Paris and we open in Tokyo, we open in London. There's obviously a great expectation of that Asian service coming to those parts of the world. And we've spent a great deal of time, money and effort in investing behind our training and our systems and our processes, and also what we call our cultural exchange ambassadors. So we've taken staff, knowledgeable, experienced staff from one location and transported them to other locations when we've opened these new hotels and really get the Mandarin Oriental feel and the Mandarin Oriental service in each and every one of our properties when we open in a new destination. Obviously, behind our company, like any company, there are, total quality management comes from rigid systems and processes. So whilst the service always looks intuitive, there are, of course, some great quality measurements and quality systems and processes that help us get there on a consistent basis. And I do think this word consistency is a very big part of what we do in Mandarin Oriental. It's a word that we use religiously, actually, when we talk about our brand. We've worked with some of the best hotel designers in the world. We've always, as Mark said in his introduction, we don't want every Mandarin Oriental hotel to look the same wherever you go. We want to be able to bring a New York experience to you. We want to be able to bring a San Francisco experience or a London experience wherever you go. There will be elements of consistency throughout the company in terms of service, or there may be some Asian touches that you'll see throughout the group, particularly in our food and beverage or in our spas. And that's where that sort of common thread of Mandarin Oriental has been sewn around the world. But physically, the assets, we've always wanted those to be quite different, and we've worked with varying and different interior designers and exterior architects everywhere that we've opened. This is Barcelona, a very different hotel than that which you might expect if you visited Mandarin Oriental Hong Kong, or indeed here, Mandarin Oriental San Francisco. We're well known for our spas, and we've taken really a lifestyle approach to our spas. It's more than just massages and treatments. We basically sell time, and we encourage our guests to come in and talk about where they are and where they'd like to be as far as their wellness is concerned. And we consider ourselves really to be in the wellness business as opposed to being purely in the spa business. Spa is just one aspect of what we do. Innovative dining concepts, I mentioned this earlier. We've taken and we've worked with some of the world's best celebrity chefs to bring innovative dining to our group. We work with Heston Blumenthal in London, we work with Pierre Garnier, but we also we've homegrown some of our own celebrity chefs. Richard Ekebus at the landmark Mandarin Oriental is a 2-star Michelin chef. Marco here in Singapore has a 1-star Michelin to his name. And so we've had this combination of working with both well-recognized celebrity chefs from the outside world, but also combined with our own homegrown talent. Indeed, Pierre Garnier there on the right and Richard Ekebus on the left. Technology, of course, people are now traveling with multiple devices, and they wish to have good, rich media entertainment in their guest room. It's all about putting a good technology backbone throughout the hotel when we've opened to keep that consistency wherever one travels. Good technology is available. And it's really about investing behind the physical assets in order to deliver that guest experience at the end of the day. And finally, of course, marketing. We consider this, of course, it's my presentation, we consider this to be a core competence of the group. We've been very consistent in the application. I think that the senior management team of Mandarin Oriental has been together for a long time. Our marketing group, myself and our Director of Brand Communications, have been with Mandarin Oriental for 18 years. We've worked together for 18 years. And so there's therefore been, I think, a great deal of consistency in the application of everything that we've done, both online and offline. I think typically in many companies, every 2 or 3 years, maybe even more frequently, there's a change in marketing leadership, which results in inconsistencies because everybody comes in and wanting to make changes for, perhaps possibly for the sake of making change. And I think in Mandarin Oriental, we've kept ourselves thoroughly consistent. We use the fan symbol very strongly, as you'll see in my lapel here and everywhere we go. It's a very strong symbol. It connotes our Oriental heritage. Each of our hotels has its own individual fan. It creates stories. We're able to go into these new destinations and talk about the Orient, and that obviously helps us convey the message of our Oriental heritage, but more importantly, the gracious service that is steeped in the values of the Orient. I think we've been blessed with working from a very rich platform here in the Orient. Our fan campaign is probably familiar to most of you. It's a celebrity campaign. It's a celebrity endorsement campaign. It's photographed by Mary McCartney, the daughter of Sir Paul. That helps us attract some of the celebrities to our campaign. We have 24 celebrities as we speak that are currently in the campaign. Some of those over time, they come and they go, but we normally take on about 2 or 3 celebrities each and every year. Recently, Kevin Spacey has joined our campaign. I think he's coming to Singapore quite soon, actually, to star in Richard III. It's a great show, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But we've also got very, very well-known celebrity faces around the world, and as our brand has grown, I think we've attracted some of the world's best celebrities. And the premise of that campaign is that arguably those celebrities are successful people, and successful people know the best places to stay in the world. This is Sophie Marceau, Christian Louboutin, Kevin Spacey that I mentioned, I.M. Pei, Maggie Cheung. I think it's been a very strong campaign. We haven't changed it in 12 years. We just keep adding and refreshing the images. And then, of course, we work the public relations machine very hard. We retain agencies around the world. I'm a very big believer in public relations. It's always much stronger when other people write nice things about you than you doing your own chest beating. I think we have done a reasonably good job of creating stories around the world and then really marketing those and driving those through the channels of our public relations agencies. And the press that we receive is extraordinary. We also work a consumer marketing database. I always think that this is an area in the hotel industry that is not particularly well managed typically. Consumer marketing is a bit of an anathema to the hotel industry typically. And we started a worldwide global database about 15 years ago, and we extract all of the profiles of our customers each and every day and put that into the large sort of washing machine, if you will, and we're able to slice and dice that database in a very rich and very powerful way so that we can get the right messages to the right people. We think that there should be no such thing as junk mail. Junk mail is poorly targeted mail. And so we're always trying to match the right offers and the right opportunities to experience Mandarin Oriental with the right customers. And we end up, I think, with a very good and very strong brand awareness as a result. We obviously work the social media channels very hard. We've created our own mobile applications. We're in the midst of revamping our entire website, which will be launching in the second quarter of 2012. And we'll obviously be using our fan campaign quite a bit. We think that there's further usage that we can make of that fan campaign as we go forward. And I think this really tells the story. Everything that we do in Mandarin Oriental, we always think about it in an holistic way, in an integrated way, because if we do all these things, we're working in tandem with all of these various divisions. Too often in companies, you see all of these departments very siloed. And I think because we are small enough, we're only 27 hotels today, we're on our way to be 35, 40, but it's still very manageable, and we're able to integrate our marketing communications. And if we do all that well, we're able to really put the fan brand on the mind of each and every one of our customers and to have it reside there for a long period of time. And our job, as I've said, is really to delight our customers with luxury experiences. And if we do that, then we're going to be successful for the long run. Thank you very much.